Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another lesson. So today we're just going to jump right in. So this is going to be about scheduling the discovery call. Okay. So what are we going to learn today? All right. We're going to learn what is a discovery call. Okay. How does it work? And I'm going to be going over best practices as well as some templates and things that you guys can use when you are applying. Okay. So what is a discovery call? So, guys, it's basically just a short intro call to find out more about the business, what channels they're running, past and current spends, and just find out what their problem is. Find out what they're struggling with. Why are they even talking with you today? Is Facebook ads not working? Are they not getting the ROAS that they want? Maybe they're just unhappy with their ads guys. That's actually quite a common one. Is for whatever reason they just don't vibe with their current ads guy. Maybe. It's an agency, a big agency where they are kind of just a number and not really getting the support they want. Maybe they're not getting the results they want. So it could be many, many things or a combination of all of these. But I just want to talk to them, kind of have a casual conversation, and yeah, just figure out what is the problem. And then secondarily, you're always looking to build trust with the client and just kind of show your personality through. I know that sounds kind of maybe corny, a little bit, but I think that's really important in these calls is that, you are just yourself, you focus on your strengths and, if you stutter, if you, can't think of the right word, something like that, that's okay. That actually makes it a lot more real and authentic. And I think that's a really key thing is being authentic and just showing them that you're just a real guy and you just really want to help them out. There's so many scammy people out there and agencies, and most business owners are kind of just tired of that. So, if you can kind of come in here with a good intention and just being really authentic, and just be casual, just be chill about it, you can definitely have a lot of success that way. So that's what it is as far as duration and time length. This one really depends. So, good rule of thumb, it's about a quick 15 to 30-minute call. Now, sometimes you may end up going over that. Maybe they're going to be 45 minutes. Rarely I have an hour long call. Um, and sometimes they're even quicker. Sometimes they're 5 to 7 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes. It really depends on the client, their business, how busy they are. So what you'll find is that, those 7 or 8 figure businesses, if you do end up talking with them, they have shorter calls. So they're just kind of very right to the point. There's going to be not too much explaining need to be done or education or anything like that. It's just going to be very kind of casual, question based, and then you're going to kind of save the kind of bulk of the info for the prospect or sorry for the proposal call. So that's kind of a little bit of a quick idea of how those typically work. And yeah, I would say that for the types of clients that I would recommend going after for YouTube ads, they're going to be on the shorter side. So you're not going to be really talking with brand new business owners who've never ran an ad in their life. I mean, you can, but typically with those clients or prospects, they usually don't have that much money up front. And also they don't have, oftentimes don't have a record of sales. They're just going very new business. So they're not kind of the best clients that I would go after. Yes, YouTube ads can help them. And yes, you could help them scale up and have huge success. But typically, I recommend going after already established clients. And that way, everything is just kind of smoother. You don't have to really educate as much, and it's definitely a more smoother process. So, in saying that, let's get into the best practices, okay? So, what are the best practices like when you want to set up a discovery call? So you've sent out your reach out, whether that's by email or WhatsApp message or Instagram or voicemail or whatever, and they reply, they say, "Hey Matt, that sounds great. I'd love to chat. Let's set something up." How are you going to set up that call? So first thing to note is that you want to set this up as soon as possible. Okay, the faster that you can jump on a call with them, your higher chance of signing them. Right? Just think they are likely reaching out to other people as well, and you don't know where they're at in that process. So you definitely want to get in the mix as soon as possible. Um, and then, guys, you want to give them multiple days and time. So one thing I see many people mess up on, a lot with this is when they're trying to set up a call with the business owner, marketing manager, whoever it is, they only give them one time, and it just creates this back and forth, and sometimes they lose them, and it's just not a very smooth or efficient process. So what I found works best is actually giving multiple days and times. So when you reply, and you say, Hey John, are you free for any of the following days and times? And list them out just like this I have in here. Monday, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m. PST. Tuesday, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m. PST. You always want to put the time zone, obviously, so that they can figure out, what time it works for them, things like that. But by giving multiple days and time, you vastly increase your chances of actually getting a response back and being able to set that up very, very quickly. So I found that works a lot better. It gets rid of all the back and forth. Otherwise, you may spend 3 or 4 days trying to set up a meeting, and then they end up, going with another company or another YouTube ads person. So I found this works best. And since they do confirm, you're going to want to set that up over Zoom. So you can use whatever you want. If you want to use Google, I guess Google Calls or whatever it is. I use Zoom. I only recommend using Zoom. It's just the easiest one. Most people have experience with that. And on your prospect side, like 99% of prospects use Zoom, or they have used it in the past. So it's a lot easier. They have it already on their computer, their desktop, their phone, and they can just kind of whip it up. So it eliminates a lot of the tech issues that you may encounter with trying to set up a call. So once they confirm, send them a reply. Once they confirm, okay, yeah, Monday 8 a.m. works. Send them a quick reply and say you'll send over the Zoom and Google Calendar invite shortly. So rule of thumb is you want to schedule again the meetings for about 30 minutes, and give 15 minutes on either side of that. So maybe it's going to be quicker and maybe it's going to be a little bit more, but by doing the 30-minute chunk, you're blocking that off in their calendar so that you at least have 30 minutes. Okay. And again, as I mentioned, those business owners that are making, 7, 8 figures, they are typically on the shorter side. So just something to keep in mind. All right. So when you do try to send that, or when you do send that Zoom and Google Calendar invite, you want to send both. So now it depends on how you set up your Zoom, if that's synced up with your Google Calendar or not. Sometimes it'll just send the Zoom link and then they can kind of go in there and set that up. Do that. I always try to send both just to increase the chance that they get it and they accept. And I set notification reminders 15 minutes out, 30 minutes out, and 2 hours out. So what that does is, 2 hours out from the meeting, they're going to get a pop up or an email notification saying, okay, your meeting with Matt is in 2 hours, 30 minutes. Your meeting with Matt is in 30 minutes, and so on. And I found that also increases the show up rates. Okay. Also, if you don't have it already, ask for their WhatsApp number. In case anything goes wrong with the Zoom meet. I found this to be a huge help. So when I do schedule the Zoom meet and you reply back with the links and all that stuff, you ask them, hey, just in case there's anything wrong with the meeting, do you have a WhatsApp number I can reach you at? And 9 times out of 10 they will, and they'll provide that to you. And that's a really important thing to get, because again, if they're late, if there's some issue, you can make sure that you can be on top of that really quickly instead of kind of back and forth with email. And also down the line, like when you do have, there's an actual discovery call, if that goes well and you do make it to a proposal call, having their personal line, their personal WhatsApp makes the signing a lot easier, because you can quickly send them questions. If they have questions, you can quickly send answers. I really like to use voicemails on WhatsApp. So if they have a question or I want to provide some extra thing in addition to the proposal, I'll send a quick 1 minute voicemail to them on WhatsApp, and I found that communication method really helps. So that's just something else that you can look at. So WhatsApp number. So yeah, when you go to have the actual call, I recommend showing up at least 5 to 10 minutes early, just in case they jump on, so you're not waiting. And sometimes they do jump on early. Maybe their meeting finished early, so you get an extra 10 minutes for them with them. So it's always helpful, right? For no shows, okay. So if this does happen sometimes, people get busy, especially business owners. It happens to me even sometimes, your meetings go over, or there's just life events happen. So I always wait at least 7 to 10 minutes before checking in. Again, if you have that WhatsApp contact, that is a lot easier to figure that out. But I always wait around, 7 to 10 minutes. If they don't jump on, either send them a quick email, say, hey Bob, everything all right? You know, do we need to reschedule? Whatever you want to say, and they can reply back, and you guys can reschedule that. Or with WhatsApp, again, you can say something similar. But yeah, typically after about 15 minutes of a no-show, I will end the call, and I will send them a message, WhatsApp or email, whatever I have, and say, hey, it looks like we didn't get to connect today. How about we reschedule for, and then list another few days and times. Hopefully you guys can make the next meeting. Okay. So let me just move my little face here. So, all right. And just to give you guys kind of a quick template, an actual text that I would write to reply. So if we say, let's say the prospect says, sounds great, I'm interested in a chat. Um, how about I'm free at, I don't know, Monday at, 3 p.m., right? And sometimes what happens is you actually have another call booked, you're busy, maybe the time zones don't match up. So for me, I'm actually based in Asia most of the year, between Thailand and Bali. So my time zones are a little bit different than the average. So typically when they respond with a time zone, I say, "Hey, Mr. Johnson," or "Hey, Bob, sorry, I'm not free at this time. How does," and then you list, 2 or 3 days and multiple times. Um, uh, Monday, Monday's swamped for me. Are you free for any of the following days at times? And again, just list, Monday, 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m. PST, or, maybe Wednesday, um, 2 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. PST, whatever your schedule is. Again, you want to try to get them in faster than possible, but or faster sooner than later. But yeah, that's just something to note. Usually they do respond with some time where I'd say these days, just personally, my schedule and things like that is with the time zone changed. It's if they say a certain time, it's usually when I'm sleeping. So I always opt for times that work best for me. Again, depends where you guys are located at, what you guys want to do. I mean, for certain prospects that I really wanted to talk with and sign, I've stayed up until 2, 3, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. have those calls. But I would say if you are on a different time zone like me, I would only do that rarely because it's still a 50-50 shot if you have a if they're going to show up for the call, if you even have the call, and then they want to continue. I mean, there's lots of things that can happen, and that's why you want to go with volume when you're trying to set these things up. You just don't want to have one call a week. You want to have multiple calls per week, and then that way you increase your chances of actually signing the clients. And you're not going to get upset if you stay up till 3 a.m., blow out your sleep schedule, and the client doesn't even make the prospect doesn't even make the meeting, or maybe they make it, but like it doesn't go well, whatever happens, right? So I always recommend sending back times that work best for you and your schedule, and typically you'll be able to make that work with the prospect. Again, it depends on a lot of factors. This is just kind of what I do. Um, yeah, if you're talking with, Elon Musk, maybe you stay up for that 3 a.m. call, right? But if you're, talking with many business owners, like don't, I wouldn't recommend like, uh, yeah, going out of your way to, lose sleep and whatever to jump on these calls, because that's gonna accumulate and eventually you're just gonna burn out, right? So make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure, obviously, if you're in different time zones, you set these up at a reasonable time. Maybe wake up a couple hours early. Maybe do a 5 a.m. call, which is like 4 p.m. their time or something, wherever you're at, But or 12 midnight calls or something like that. I've done those a lot here in Asia, but yeah, just take care of yourself. You don't want to burn out, right? So yeah, and then yeah, if you guys want to template here, actual kind of response. Another one I can say or write out here is, hold on, let me just copy this. I'm doing this in one take, guys, so no edits. Just bear with me here. So yeah, so let's just say the prospect responds to your first email. Okay, prospect responds to your first email. Okay, so what are you gonna say, or what can you say? Something like this. They're gonna say, "Hi Matt, sounds good. I'd be interested in having a call." Uh, Maybe they'll say, "Finding out more." Um, Something like that. Again, that can vary a lot depending on who you're talking with and the business and the niche and things. Um, and they'll usually give a time. Uh, if they don't, again, you can just send over the time. But let's just say, okay, uh, I have some free time at I don't know, um, Monday at 5 p.m. And something else to note, guys, I didn't get to put in here, but when you're sending these times, put the date. Okay, so Monday, December. Let's just say today, December 8th, 8 a.m. or whatever it is. I don't know what is it? Monday the 9th, 16th, December 9th, and Tuesday, December 10th. And then again, that just gives them a lot more info about that. Not a big deal, but just something to note. So yeah, hi Matt, sounds good. I'd be interested in having a call, finding out more. I have some free time Monday at 3 p.m. A lot of the times too, they'll actually respond the same day. So again, depends your schedule, what's going on, but if you can make it the same day, that's always best as well. And then let's say his name's Hey Bob. Thanks for the quick reply. Um, Monday swamped, but how does your how does your Tuesday or Wednesday look at any of the following times? And then, Tuesday, December 9th, I'm running out of space here. Was December 10th at, I don't know, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m. PST, at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., and, 1 p.m. PST. Something like that, okay? Um, and you guys can take it from there. Okay, so that's it for this one, guys. I'll wrap this up. But yeah, definitely go over this, and when you're sending these, make sure to give them multiple times. I guess that's the one of the big takeaways of this is try to set up it really fast, as fast as you can, and yeah, I would say multiple times in days, just to make sure you get the meeting. Uh, it's something that's quite easy to get the handle of once you start doing it. So you'll kind of find out your own groove, what you like, and how you want to set that up. But yeah, this is it. So we'll see you in the next lesson.